welcome again to another edition of Cooking with Lily and Generoso. I am Generoso.
I'm Lily.
And we are going to do something I know you will enjoy because it's really bad for you. And I say that always because it's March 22nd today and it's still freezing outside. So I have a chance to make one more winter dish for you this winter. And this one I know you're going to love. It's the rigatoni with mozzarella and sausage. So it sounds very basic, but what this is really bad for you and we're going to explain. There's also eggs involved.
Yes.
Pecorino romano cheese.
Yes.
It is a zesty, beautiful, creamy dish.
Yes.
And it'll probably kill you. So let's go and start with our ingredients. Number one, and about 6 or 7 ounces of beautiful Pecorino Romano cheese, some lovely red wine, olive oil, a can of pureed pastini tomatoes, oregano, ground pepper, salt, a couple of boxes of steady, dependable Barilla rigatoni, 3 large eggs, a half a pound of whole milk mozzarella. If I find out you made this with skim milk mozzarella, I'm going to get very upset. Fresh parsley, about 6 smallish cloves of garlic, a good knife, a cutting board. You're definitely going to need the sausage, which is very beautiful, Italian sweet sausage. If you want hot sausage, that's fine as well, but remember, you pay for these things. So,
I like sweet sausage.
I like it too. We're gonna do a little bit of prep work, and we'll be right back with the first part of this dish, which I know you will enjoy. So what we've done is we've actually done our bit of prep work. Nothing too crazy. Lily has aggressively minced our garlic. We've chopped up our cleaned parsley. We've taken the lid off of our beautiful pureed tomatoes. We have beaten our 3 eggs. We have cut the mozzarella down to manageable small sizes. And Lily has brilliantly unsheathed the sausage, which we will now add to our pan. So our pan has been warming up for the last little bit. I'm going to take the heat down just a bit. And I'm going to add our sausage to this. And our goal is to not only brown it, we're going to break it up into smaller pieces. And that's going to be the base of our sauce with a few other wonderful ingredients. So what we're about to do is brown up the sausage, chop it up, and we'll be back with the next step in our sauce. So where we're at right now is we have lovely sausage that has been minced up and browned. We're going to lower the temperature just a little tiny bit to about low medium. And now we're going to add our beautiful pureed tomatoes. We're going to add our wonderful and intense amount of garlic. We're going to add about half of this parsley at this point.
You'll use the other to garnish?
Garnish! Give it a little stir. And this is a fairly quick sauce. This isn't like your Sunday ragu, which will take in the hours and hours and hours. We're going to let this cook for a solid hour to take some of the acrid out of the tomatoes. But before we do that, we're going to add about a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add about a teaspoon of black pepper. Pepper is always your friend. We're going to add about a half a teaspoon of crushed oregano. And a good smidgen. This is a beautiful, beautiful Douro from Portugal, which we will, of course, drink with dinner. But why not add a little bit to your sauce? So just again, an infinitesimal amount. Give that a bit of a stir. And this is a dark red.
I know.
If you can see it on camera.
Rich red.
Beautiful red. So now that it's on a medium temperature, we are going to cover it, leaving it a little bit off the pan. So it'll actually have a little bit of escape of the steam. And we'll be back in about 45 minutes or so. Give it a stir about every 10 or 15 minutes. Keep the flame on very, very low. Just a little tiny bit more. And in about 45 minutes, we'll take another look at it. It's been about an hour, and I'll tell you everything that's been going on because I want you to make this dish properly. This has been on a very, very low flame. When I say a low flame, I mean a flicker for about the last hour. But the rigatoni, I've taken out. I've run cold water on it. If you don't know how to do this, this is important. Remember, it's rigatoni, so there's a lot of water that's hiding in that tube. So you really want to aggressively wring it out, and then let it sit for about 2 or 3 minutes till it's nice and dry. Now, we are going to get the rigatoni, and we are going to add it to our wonderful sauce. And we're going to do it in a big way. I'm not going to dump the whole thing yet, because I want to make sure that the ratio is right for sauce to pasta. So we're going to mix this all in a beautiful way. Okay. You're going to enjoy this till it's all completely covered. Now, this is where the dish goes horribly wrong, and I say this in a way. My mother used to make this on very, very cold days. I know Lily loves this dish, but we don't make it that often. Why, Lily?
Because I'm not allowed to eat this often.
No, you're allowed to eat it whenever you want, but you'll get sick. It's too rich. So now, this is all nice and warm. It's all nice and embroiled in its own. I'll maybe add a little tiny bit more pasta to it. Just kind of finish it out. And screw that in a little bit more.
One of my favorite sounds.
The squishy?
Yeah.
I love the squishy. The squishy is definitely beautiful. I love the squishy. Alright, so now it's pretty nicely covered. This is where it gets diabolical. We're going to take our eggs. We're going to toss it on. Yes, all of it. Shameful we are. And then we're going to add some of our mozzarella. Not all of it. A good amount. Or all of it. Don't say all of it. I heard that mumble. And then we're going to add our friend, the Pecorino Romano. Save a little tiny bit for the end. And we're going to stir it all in. I'm going to turn the flame up just a little tiny bit higher. Oops.
You want that egg to cook?
Absolutely. You know, it's kind of a pasta carbonara decision here. Because you do want the egg to cook on a little bit more. But more importantly, you want that mozzarella to melt in its hideous fashion. Now, I'm doing this for my dearest Lily and myself. If you are making tons of this for other people, feel free to use the sauce pot that you did the rigatoni in. I like doing it in the pan because there's more surface layer for the heat to hit the rigatoni. And the cheese. So we're going to keep giving it little stirs like this for about the next 5 or 10 minutes till our mozzarella breaks down. And we'll be back with the finished product in just about 5 minutes. So after 7 minutes of aggressive stirring, what you have here will begin to look like this. Kind of an orangey color. It's going to be sticky in the best way. Now, fundamental to this is the rigatoni. If I haven't said it earlier, has to be very al dente. Because you need to aggressively stir this in order for it to cook probably.
Yeah. Otherwise it becomes mush.
But it looks like this. Look how beautiful it is sticking to the thing. So, what we are going to do now, take it off the heat. Scoop out a bit for our Miss Lily. And we enjoy this. Honestly, if you try to make this during the summertime, you will kill members of your family. I just want you to know that. This is winter food. It's high in fat. It's high in carb. But it doesn't make it any less delicious. So I present to you, this is rigatoni alla salsiccia and mozzarella. And I hope you enjoy it.